Passion or money? What are football players playing for? There is an identity crisis in football, and we are trying and struggling so much to know whether players are playing for passion because they love the craft, they love the art, they love being a footballer, or they are playing for the money. There is a big identity crisis. So there's a big identity crisis in football because football sold us dreams of loyalty. Football sold us players fighting for the badge. Football sold us a legacy that made us believe so much in the players. But modern day footballers have left us with one question: is it passion or money? When did money become the main character in football? Money became the big character in football when wages exploded across European clubs, when football agents prioritize their agency fees and their financial package and what they have to gain when a player makes a transfer. Money became an issue in football when clubs began to offer players life-changing contracts. Money became an issue when footballers began to get lifetime endorsement and some crazy, should I say crazy endorsements and commercial deals. At this point, loyalty became optional. So when the Saudi wave opened up, Cristiano went to Saudi and that opened like the floodgates. Then Kante went there, then Mahrez went there, Fabinho went there, Jordan Henderson went there, and it became like a financial gain and not a retirement plan. Before, it used to be China, but Saudi Pro League changed the global market in football. So before, we initially it was old players just going to Saudi Pro League to get the money before retirement. All of a sudden the trend changed and we transcended from old players moving to Saudi Pro League to young players moving to Saudi League, such that we had a 21-year-old player, Gabri Vega, who left Europe at the age of 21 or thereabouts and went to Saudi Pro League. Then we had Ruben Neves, who left the Premier League at age 26 for a move at Saudi Pro League. We've got John Duran, who moved from Aston Villa to Saudi Pro League at a very young age. We've got Milenko Savic, who chose to go to Saudi over Champions League football and at a age of 28, and so much more. I can list and not even exhaust the list. So we now got a trend, a wave of young players in their prime going to Saudi League. And that brings me to the question: is it still passion or the money? And the biggest shocking or the biggest shocker of all for me is Tijani Reinders that Manchester City just signed. Is still young and quite in his peak. I mean, he still has good years of football left to play. City signed him about a year ago and he's on his way to Saudi now. He's just agreed his new deal with Al Qasida, which would give him 100 million euros in 5 years. That's life-changing money. And if you ask me, it might be very, very difficult to ignore because that's probably like times 4 or times 5 of what he's earning at Manchester City. Bear in mind, according to reports, the money over there is tax-free. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, he might be losing 40% of those wages even to the tax man. However, we still have a few exceptions that prove that football can be played for passion and not just for the money. An example is Toni Kroos, who chose to retire over going to the Saudi Pro League to get money. An example is Bukayo Saka, who stayed committed at Arsenal because he's homegrown, he's passionate about the game, and he's loyal to the football club. So I'm not a football player, but let me borrow the football player's thought process for some time. These guys, no matter how wealthy they are, they've got families to feed. No matter how wealthy they are, they've got their agency who needs to make financial gains over their career. And when you look at it, football players' career can be so short. Most times, they play for 10 to 15 years at top level. It's even rare when you find a player at 15 years top level, excluding the Ronaldos and the Messi. So averagely 10 years in their prime. And that's it. So they need to secure the bag as much as possible because it's not a job where you have to work for 35 years. So the career is so short and probably they want to make the best possible in the time being. So I would still say that football is a job because these players are being paid to offer that service. They are being paid to do that. So it's not a business for them and it's not a lifetime choice for them. So at some point, don't you think they would want to choose money at some point in their career? But from we fans perspective, we want players loyalty, we want players kissing our badge, we want players staying long term at our club, even when the club does not want to give them improved deals. For football fans, football is just emotional for us. But for the football players, it's a job for them, it's a career for them, and for the football owners, it's a business for them. So this is why the three entities see football differently. The club owners is business for them. They see everything from a business point of view. For the football players, it's a profession for them, it's a career. So they see everything from a career part. But for we see it from the entertainment and the emotional part. That is why the three different parties involved in football, we see football differently. So if you want to talk about passion, I want to believe that passion still exists in football. Also, the drive, the force that money brings into football also exists. So for some players, they might be able to stay with the passion, while some players, they might subscribe to the monetary part of it. So I like to say that the badge matters, but the bank also matters as much as possible. We've seen players kiss badge for Chelsea, went to Napoli, kiss badge for Napoli, went to another club, kiss. Lukaku has kissed several badges in this world. Noni Madueke has kissed badge for Chelsea, he has kissed badge for Arsenal. Lukaku has been to about 7-8 clubs where he kissed the badge. So kissing the badge is important to show loyalty, but what is in their bank account is also more important, because at the end of the day, you won't pay their bills for them. And at the end of their retirement, when they go broke, you will be the first person to call them out on social media. So I think that the place of loyalty exists and the place of monetary benefits also exist. Simply because modern football rewards financial decisions. You have to be able to make the right move, get the right times at the right time with the right agent, and hopefully everything goes right with you. So since football has entered a new era, a different era entirely, I'm putting this question to you if you are still watching to this point. Is loyalty missing in football, or money has taken over football? Let me know your thoughts and your opinion in this um concerning this topic. Let me know in the comment section, and I would also be there with you to interact. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, and let us grow this sporting community to the next level. And you will see me pop up on your screen again when I drop my next video, provided you've subscribed. Thank you for watching. You see me in the next one. Bye.